states like Malaysia, nagiging issue na yan.
Oo.
Paano kung gusto ng Muslim na lumabas doon sa kanyang paniniwala bilang isang Muslim, no? Alam mo ang naging desisyon ng Sharia court sa Malaysia sa isang actual case, once a Muslim, you're always a Muslim. At hindi mo po pwedeng i-renounce ang iyong faith. So ang po pwede lamang yung mga Kristiyano na magko-convert, pero kapag ikaw ay Muslim, forever ka ng Muslim.
But that violates freedom of belief.
Correct. Kaya naman hindi siya applicable dito sa ating bayan sa Pilipinas. And if there are efforts to make this kind of a law applicable to us, I would be one of those to object.
Okay, meron na tayong pumapasok dito mga text from Nards Romero, ating suki sa Angeles City, 0919-691-7734. Kare, MNLF got what they want through CORI and FBR, the autonomous region. Then their breakaway group MILF will very soon be given by Pinoy their substate. And now another breakaway group, Bangsamoro Islamic Freedom Fighters, headed by warrior Amiril Umbra Kato with 8,000 combatants, regular members, will be in a few years asked also for a substate from Pinoy. In addition, CPP, NDF, NPA is also asking Dialogue Pinoy. Nagseselos na sila. What they want is the seat of government. Bottom line, the Philippines balkanization is the last remedy of Pinoy. Well, of course, that's already a conclusion that my dear friend has reached here. But I think there is a very, very important question because they say that the force of the MILF is about 12,000 people. And he's saying here that if Kato has 8,000, minority na ang MILF dyan.
Well, ang problema kasi talaga, paano naman tayo makikipag-usap ng kapayapaan? Merong Umbrakato nga. Kumbaga, what is the purpose of entering with a peace agreement na meron naman palang paksyon na hindi pumapayag sa kapayapaan?
Ikaw ba'y naniniwala na yan ay a real breakaway faction, or is it, as some people have suggested, na that's a tactical move on the part of the MILF and Umbrakato? Na kunyari, naghiwalay.
I can only go by history. Ang history natin, every time we are able to come up with a peace agreement, nagkakaroon ng splinter group objecting to the peace agreement. Kaya walang kapayapaan.
No, but is that possibly the result of the fact that there are basically three groups, tribal groups within the Muslim world in Mindanao, no? Andyan ang Tausug, nandyan ang Maranao, nandyan ang Magindanawan, and that there is not much trust that exists between.
That could be, but my personal opinion is there is really that small sector in Mindanao that will not accept anything less than independence. And these are the people
although they try to
decided,
speak for everybody.
They have decided to take up arms to realize what they want.
Okay, from 0939-775-6998, dapat maging substate yung Mindanao, maging tunay na Muslim.
Walang problema kasi dyan. Ang katotohanan yan, sa ARM, karamihan, majority pa rin ng Muslim. Pero may mga syudad, may mga barangays, no, na napaloob dun sa isang mga probinsya na hindi naman talaga predominantly Muslim.
Like
no?
Sultan Kudarat is majority Christian, 90% Christian.
Correct po yan. No? At ang problema natin is paano naman yung mga kapakanan ng ating mga Kristiyano. Pero ganito ang ating problema. Huwag po natin kalimutan na there is no alternative to peace. No? In fact, kaya lang po ako napag-aral nitong Mindanao issue nito dahil na rin sa Maguindanao Massacre. No? Hindi naman mangyayari yung massacre na yan kung walang hidwaan sa panig ng gobyerno at ng mga MILF. No? Nagkaroon lang naman ng ganyang impluwensya mga Ampatuan dahil kakampi sila ng gobyerno laban doon sa MILF. No? Kaya nga pinayagan ng kanilang private army, pinondohan sila at binigyan sila ng baril at bala. No? So sa akin, talagang importante na matigil na itong labanan nito dahil kung magpapatuloy yan, paulit-ulit na mangyayari itong Maguindanao Massacre.
But do you really think creating a memorandum of agreement or creating whatever you want to call that thing in Mindanao will not spawn and worsen the situation?
Well, I think that is not the solution either. No? To violate the Constitution to achieve peace is not the solution. I really would want us to take a second look at the armed autonomy law. Yan naman ang nakasaad sa ating saligang batas. Once and for all, let us redefine politics in Mindanao. Ang problema kay Pinoy, I think there is a hesitancy for him to redefine this kind of relationship. Dahil ang feeling niya, it's too soon, he may have to continue this pattern of subservience. Pero ang pakiusap ko naman...
Ayaw niya rin ibigay ang initiative to Congress. Gusto niya sa kanya.
Oo, at ayaw niyang baliin nga itong subservience between the rulers of Mindanao and Malacanang. Pero sa akin, dahil siya naman ay merong napakalaking mandato, siya naman ay anak ng kanyang mga magulang, I think he should be brave enough and bold enough to re-examine this autonomy law and to actually give them genuine autonomy. Ang problema, even the proposal submitted by the peace negotiators fall short of genuine autonomy. What is provided doon sa tinatawag nilang 341? Number one, identification of socio-economic projects. Number two, a Bangsamoro Commission. No? And number three, rewriting of history. Where is genuine autonomy there? Wala atang genuine autonomy dyan sa kanilang proposal. No? Samantalang, if I were to propose one, I would go back to the Armed Organic Law and actually say, number one, they will have fiscal autonomy. Kasi that's what they don't have eh. At ang dahilan naman kung bakit ang Malacanang does not want to give them fiscal autonomy is they want the loyalty of the Mindanaoan leaders always to be in favor of whoever is sitting in Malacanang. That's why there is no genuine autonomy because there is no fiscal autonomy in the first place.
Okay, before we go ahead, at meron pa tayong mga question dito, we have to pause for a few reminders. So wag po kayong mawawala, itutuloy natin ang usapan natin in a little while. Don't go away. Okay, balik na po tayo sa ating pinag-uusapan dito. We're talking about the MILF, the peace negotiations that hopefully are going to begin to go on, although right now the MILF is saying we don't want to join. That's why the mediator from Malaysia has just come in. From 0916-736-1553, mas marami ng Kristiyano sa Mindanao kesa mga Muslim. Kasi ang mga Muslim andito na sa Metro Maynila. What do you want to say? Alam mo, they're all over the place already.
Well, alam mo, I lived in Green Hills, sa area ng Green Hills. Hindi naman po dun sa pangmayamang lugar, sa Green Hills Village, no? At ang aking mga kapitbahay ay mga kapatid nating Muslim. Alam mo, they have a very interesting culture. At dahil sa tagal ko rin nanirahan doon, I can say na marami rin naman tayong mapupulot doon sa ating mga kapatid na Muslim, lalong-lalo na yung mga nagkaroon na ng karanasan sa pagnegosyo, no? I mean, ganong katagal na yung Green Hills,
most of them
no?
are the Maranao people. The Maranao tribe is the trading group of the Muslims.
I guess they've been traders since ancient times, and they're doing a very good job at it, no? I have seen in the span that I lived in San Juan, people who started out really with very little, and they have become very successful through persistence, no? And that is the story of Green Hills, no? Kaya I have nothing but sometimes, no, I have very good words to say about my neighbors in San Juan, and I think that because of this, peace in fact is possible, no? And the reason why we should desire peace for Mindanao is, having gone to Mindanao because of the Maguindanao massacre myself, no, I have noticed how rich the area is, no? Alam mo, one time when I landed in Cotabato, I noticed there were like 5 private jets in the airport of Cotabato. And Cotabato is like the middle of nowhere, no, and the airport is really crummy, no. So I noticed though that in the 5 private jets, inside were American soldiers in uniform. So I was surprised. No, what were these Americans doing here? So I approached one of them, and one American said, "Don't come here." So sinagot ko sa kaya, "Excuse me, this is my country. You have no right to tell me what to do in my own country. I just want to know what you're doing here." So he ignored me, no? Pero as I was going around Cotabato, I saw their convoy. You know what they were doing? They were surveying the Glaguasan Marsh. And believe it or not, no, despite the fact that Cotabato is a war zone, the Americans are there in full blast. They have engineers, they have not just soldiers, they have bunkers, they have everyone. They have identified energy sources in the Laguasan Marsh.
Well, would you believe it? No, I was talking to a friend of mine who lives in Zamboanga.
Mm-mm.
Sabi niya sa akin,